On this edition of Shelby This Week, Pentagon officials are welcomed to Macomb County with open arms. We will tell you how one military base may be the new home to fighter jets for the country. A new law in Shelby Township will affect the way some young individuals get their hands on an alternative to smoking cigarettes. We have the information you need to know about this law and how it will be enforced by the Shelby Township Police Department. And a call to action was made and community members reached out in a big way to one organization in Macomb County. We have all this and much more coming up on Shelby This Week. Air Force officials arrived at Selfridge Air National Guard Base for a very important reason. Selfridge Air National Guard Base, which is located in Macomb County, is one of 5 locations to be in the running to base the new F-35 fighter jets. Officials were invited to the base to evaluate the location and determine whether it would be a good fit to house the jets. They were welcomed by Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle and Brigadier General John D. Slocum.
Macomb County, Michigan is the site that should be selected as the #1 site. We know that, but what we see here this week are folks that have come down, about 37 individuals, to kick the tires, take a look at the site, make a determination as to whether or not what we're saying is a reality.
If Selfridge is selected, it will be one of 2 sites that will house the jets. The base would require very little construction as it is already prepared to handle 21 F-35 jets and their pilots.
We have everything here that's necessary to support these F-35s the minute they land. In fact, it gives us a tremendous advantage as, economic developers from a county and a state. Once we hear that that decision is made and we know that they're coming here, we're going to be out there talking to those other industry partners to say, hey, you need to locate close to these F-35s. And boy, what a multiplier effect it's going to have for an economy here beyond just this protect and grow with the defense industries.
Officials will be heading back to Washington, D.C. to make the final decision on where the jets will end up. We will know if the Macomb County base is chosen in the next few months. Lake St. Clair Metro Park Beach closed on July 13th due to high counts of bacteria in the water. Health officials took water samples and the tests came back as positive for high levels of E. coli, which puts swimmers in danger if they make contact with the water. The Metro Park staff said the increased levels of bacteria are due to storms that have happened within the last week. It causes the muck in the water to stir around and come to the surface. Last summer, the Lake St. Clair Metro Parks beach was closed 3 times, with each time being recorded as a bacteria problem in the water. While the beachfront might be closed, park goers have the opportunity to visit the splash pad, the swimming pool, and the hiking and biking trails. Vaping is a trend that is not only popular in Shelby Township, but also all around the country. And the township just adopted an ordinance that will prevent minors from possessing tobacco and vape products.
I mean, it's a problem here, but it's a problem everywhere. Anywhere that doesn't have an ordinance, I should say. Obviously, this is a money-making thing for different vendors and stuff. And you know, my experience after 30 years of doing this is people will sell anything that they can get their hands on, regardless if it's going to hurt anybody or not. They really don't care if it's going to hurt children. Good thing there's good people out here. Our police officers, our lawmakers, our township officials realize that this is not something we want our kids getting their hands on.
The Board of Trustees unanimously voted to adopt this ordinance back in June because they say tobacco and vape are harmful to our children and should stay out of their hands and will hopefully help prevent bad habits in our youth. However, people who chose vape over cigarettes argue that vaping is better for your health, and they chose vape for an alternative to smoking cigarettes or to help quit smoking. A man was arrested for stealing $30,000 in diamonds and a gun from a vehicle outside of Jared Jewelry Store. The scene began in the parking lot of Dave & Buster's, where 27-year-old Michael Thornton met the seller of the diamonds. Thornton found the advertisement online and agreed to meet up to purchase the rings and necklaces that were advertised. Police said that when Thornton arrived in the parking lot, he told the man he needed more time to come up with the money to pay for the diamonds. The seller left the parking lot and went to Jared Jewelers. Thornton followed, and it was the jewelry store parking lot where Thornton broke into the seller's car and grabbed the bag along with a gun that was in his car. Police realized that Thornton was on parole and he was wearing a GPS tracker. They tracked the man to his house in Redford Township. By the time police arrived, Thornton had already sold off the diamonds to a pawn shop in Pontiac, but they were able to get the diamonds back. Thornton has been charged with larceny of $20,000 and larceny of a gun. He has also been convicted of felony larceny, vehicle theft, assaulting and resisting a police officer, and retail fraud. It's been over 2 years since the rollover crash at Stoney Creek Metro Park that killed 3 teenagers and injured 2 others. Now, one of the victims' parents has filed a federal lawsuit claiming the investigation was not completed properly and there were some things left out. In May of 2015, a black Jaguar was going 82 miles an hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. And also the car was going in the wrong direction. After almost hitting another car, the vehicle of teenagers slammed into a guardrail and rolled into the lake. 4 of the 5 passengers were ejected from the vehicle at the time of the crash. The family of Jonathan Manulios, who investigators concluded was driving at the time of the fatal crash, are suing Macomb County, its sheriff's captain, and deputies. At the time of the crash, Manulios had a blood alcohol level of 0.08, according to tests. The family is unable to collect from a life insurance policy because the crash was caused by drunk driving. Manulios' family believes that their son was framed and he was not the driver of the car at the time of the crash. Counties across the state of Michigan have been hit hard with the rise of prescription drug deaths. Macomb County rates second highest in the state in the amount of drug overdoses and also heroin and fatal opiate overdoses. The number of prescription opiate deaths has doubled in the last year. 202 people died in 2016 from overdoses from drugs like Oxycontin, Percodan, Vicodin, and fentanyl. The number has increased from 86 deaths in 2015. Back in February, a program called Hope Not Handcuffed started in Macomb County. They help people addicted to drugs overcome their addiction. To date, they have placed 331 participants in programs. This number also includes people from Genesee and Lapeer County. For information on Hope Not Handcuffs, you can visit familiesagainstnarcotics.org. The call for help was answered and many members of the community stepped up and helped out one organization in Macomb County. Stacy Sansatera has the full story.
The summer months have brought with it an unfortunate problem for the Macomb County Animal Control. Last week, the shelter found themselves beyond capacity with cats and dogs and made a desperate call out to the public for help.
So we've been facing an overcrowding situation. This is the first time since 2013 where Macomb County Animal Control has taken in all the animals from the entire county.
7 Action News reporter Amira David spent the day at the kennel and has a look now at how you can help, and I think you brought a distraction there with you.
WXYZ TV was quick to respond by doing live feeds all day long, which brought about some amazing results.
Within just a few days, we had 55 dogs pulled out of here, through the rescue groups, through innovative adoption programs.
Innovative adoption programs that make finding a forever friend easy.
Well, the reason why Macomb County Animal Control is a great place to find your next pet is because you have to look at what we do with the dogs and cats to make sure that you're getting a good pet, right? And a good family member that you have. So heartworm testing, all age-appropriate vaccinations, flea treatment, deworming. So they're pretty much set up for a year that you wouldn't have to do anything.
And the key to the Macomb County Animal Control success? Utilizing every avenue possible.
The whole goal is for us to get these animals out of here as fast as we can, whether it's through adoptions or through rescue pulls.
And because the community stepped up in such an extraordinary way, it's important to remember where all these stray animals come from.
Our community, right here in Macomb County. These are not out-of-county dogs or cats. They are right here in your county. And that's why it's important when you are looking for an animal to adopt that you should come here to Macomb County Animal Control and adopt an animal.
And though the shelter has experienced some small relief, every day is a new day with different animals being released for adoption.
If you look in the back, there's dogs waiting stray hold, and they're going to go up. So there's some boxer mixes, there's some small breed dogs. You should, if you're really interested in having a family pet, you should make a true commitment to come here and see it. And if you don't see what maybe you're bonding with that day, come the next day because there'll be more dogs, different dogs.
More dogs, different dogs, an unfortunate cycle that never ends. Please remember to spay and neuter your pets and help to end animal overpopulation. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
There are still plenty of animals up for adoption. Stop in today to get yourself a furry friend. Coming up, Shelby Township Fire Department is raising money for a great cause. We will tell you where you can get your hands on ice cream, all while helping out the fire department. And start preparing your resume. We have an event to tell you about where you can meet one-on-one with employers. And our community comes together to celebrate art. We have the dates and times for the upcoming Shelby Township Art Fair. Stay tuned, we have all this coming up on Shelby This Week.
We'd like to take a moment and talk about severe weather and tips that can keep you safe. Thunder and lightning storms happen all the time. Do you know what to do to keep your family safe? Be aware, if you hear thunder, you are within distance of being struck by lightning. If you're outside, look for shelter inside a large building, home, or in a hardtop vehicle, and remember to stay away from windows. If lightning does strike your home, dial 911 immediately and move to a safer place such as a neighbor's home. During a lightning storm, there is no safe place outside. Do not seek shelter under a pavilion, as this type of structure does not provide enough safety for you. Never stand under a tree during a lightning storm. As there is many technical reasons for this, just remember a tree can and will be used as a lightning rod. If somebody is struck by lightning, call 911 immediately.
There's no better way to cool down on a hot summer day than getting ice cream. Join the Shelby Township Fire Department at Ashby's Sterling Ice Cream. Our firefighters will be scooping out your favorite ice cream flavors on July 23rd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Along with your ice cream, you can cheer on the firefighters as they compete in an ice cream sundae eating contest. 30% of the sales that day will go toward the Great Lakes Burn Camp for kids. Get your ice cream and support a great cause. We hope to see you at Ashby's on Van Dyke on July 23rd. If you are looking for a job or maybe want to explore other career fields, we have the perfect place for you to get your resume to employers. The Macomb County Career Expo is coming to Sterling Heights. 50 employers will be on site reviewing resumes and interviewing potential employees. The expo will be held on July 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Wyndham Hotel in Sterling Heights. The expo will feature jobs that are geared towards people with multiple backgrounds, including experienced employees, military veterans, entry-level, college alumni, experience, and professional candidates. Throughout the day, the Job Doctor will be hosting free workshops on ways to improve your resume and make people want to hire you. Positions are available statewide and nationwide. Recruiters recommend that you register for the expo by visiting jobfairgiant.com. You can also find more information on their website. Mark your calendars for the Shelby Township Art Fair. The Art Fair will be held on August 12th and 13th on the Shelby Township Municipal Grounds. This will be the 34th year the Art Fair is in the township. There will be local artists as well as artists from around the nation displaying their work for people to purchase. In addition to the artwork, there will be music and entertainment at the band shell. There are plenty of activities for the whole family, including the kids. DTE Energy Foundation will be sponsoring an art tent. At the tent, kids can participate in art projects and different activities, and they can enjoy the family entertainment that will be provided. Parking and the event are free, so come on out August 12th and 13th to support local and national artists. The biannual Shelby Township Gardeners Club Flower Show event showcased arrangements made by members of the club. The theme of this year's event was Made in Michigan, and members were encouraged to create a display that best recognizes Michigan products. Some of the displays included Saunders Hot Fudge, Verner's Ginger Ale, and books from Michigan authors. In total, 14 flower displays were created for the weekend event.
To spread the word of flowers throughout the community.
And Shelby Gardeners Club is actively involved in all the activities, like flower show and garden walk.
You can see all the wonderful things that Gardeners Club does throughout the township. Next summer, they will host their biannual garden walk, showcasing the beautiful gardens in our community. Packard Proving Grounds is home to many events throughout the summer, including the Holistic Health and Wellness Fair. The third annual fair will be held on the grounds on July 29th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The fair promotes a healthy lifestyle for people to live by. There will be a wide variety of exhibits, free samples, wellness checks, and throughout the day, experts will be hosting presentations to inform people about how to live a more sustainable lifestyle. The event is free for general admission, but you can purchase VIP passes for $10. While you are there, you can also check out the Shelby Township Farmers Market, which will be happening at the same time at the Packard Proving Grounds. Did you know that we spend a third of our day in bed, and many of us don't even realize how dirty our bed linens actually are? With so much time spent in bed, our sheets become filled with bacteria and dirt that build up over time. The average person produces over 2 gallons of sweat each year, and because of that, our unclean bedding can cause breakouts, skin irritants, and could even make us sick. A study found that our pillows can contain anywhere between 4 and 17 different species of fungus. To cut down on your dirtiness of your bed, experts recommend changing the sheets once a week. Pillowcases should be changed every 2 days because it is against your face. As for our comforters, they can go a month before washing. Remember to clean your bed linens because you never know what could be hiding in them. Up next on Shelby this week, we will tell you a way to get your kids reading this summer, which will get them free dinner and dessert at a restaurant. And there's an event where your kids can sell, buy, and trade their toys right here in Shelby Township.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
An annual race brought kids and adults together for a great cause. Andrew Shelsky has the full story.
A beautiful day for a race this past weekend at the 13th annual Go for the Gold charity run.
It actually turned out to be absolutely phenomenal. The numbers just spiked in the last week. I think everybody got wind of the good weather, and we were worried about having 200 people for the race, but we're pushing 350, 400, which is exactly what I would want for a run. The course is in awesome shape. All the watery spots were gone, and it's just an all-around, what a beautiful morning for a walk, run, and party to get everybody together.
And all the proceeds from the Go for the Gold go to a great charity.
It all goes to the Macomb Special Olympics. This got me into putting on races 13 years ago when I was asked to join Gene Lambert and a guy named Trent Briney from Hanson's, and we put the first one back on track. And 13 years later, here I am. 100% of the proceeds go to the Special Olympics for Macomb, and it gives Joe Youngblood the opportunity to take more kids from his program each year. So the more money we raise, the more kids get to go, and the better it is. And it makes me feel good to know that 100% of the proceeds are going to Special Olympics.
Jason Brushell was the overall winner with a time of 16:48.
Tough. I went out hard and just kind of kept the same pace, and there was no one really around me, and I just kind of ran alone for the whole race. It was nice. It was nice and shaded in the woods, so kind of kept you cool a little bit, but you're still sweating like crazy.
One of the younger racers was Maribel Gregg. This 9-year-old posted a time of 32 minutes at a pace of 10 minutes and 19 seconds per mile.
Most of it was in the woods. There were a lot of roots, and some of it was in the field. I love to stay active and to just have fun and beat my time.
And the Go for the Gold wouldn't take place without its volunteers and support staff to make the race happen.
You always want to thank, number one, all the people that came out, whether they're walkers, runners, or the family members supporting them. Number two, what volunteers. Without the volunteers, there would be no race. All the Special Olympics members that come out, Parks and Rec get a huge tip of my hat. Joe Youngblood and his staff are incredible. I couldn't pull it off without their help. The Shelby police are here, interacting with people. That's so good for our police department. The fire EMS are here just in case, interacting with people as well. Stan Grout, for I think the third year in a row, he just manages the whole water stop at the finish for me. I don't have to worry about it. I like that and it's all of those people that you want to thank, and anybody else that's helped us in some form or another.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Andrew Shelsky.
Mark your calendars because the annual Kid to Kid sale is back, and we know your kids have some items they want to get rid of. The Shelby Township event will be held at the Community Center on August 5th from 12 to 2 p.m. Kids are invited to sell, buy, or trade their unwanted toys, sport equipment, video games, books, and more. Sellers are asked to pay $5 to reserve a table, and each item for the sale has to be marked with a price in which you want to sell that item for. This event invites children between the ages of 4 and 16. And if you want to sell your items, make sure they are in working condition. If your kids are losing motivation to read this summer, look no further because one restaurant chain is looking to solve that problem. Olga's Kitchen is offering a free kids meal and dessert for any child 12 years and younger who reads this summer. Reading logs can be downloaded online at olgas.com. Children color in the log for every 10 minutes that they read. Once the log is completely filled out, parents can sign off indicating their child read, and you can bring in the completed sheet to any Olga's Kitchen to redeem free food. The program will continue from now until September 4th. And that does it for this edition of Shelby This Week. You can watch us online all the time on our Facebook page. Just search Shelby TV. We will leave you now with more scenes from the fabulous 50s event. Thanks for watching.